Hello, world. Appreciate y'all for being here. It's your boy Mike on the mic. Appreciate y'all, like I said, for being here, man. Hope y'all doing well. I'm here to talk to y'all today about the Cleveland Browns and how, man, if they don't goof this up, I think we in an amazing position right now. Like I'm truly, I think we in a good position. And at the beginning of the season, heck, even 4 weeks ago, I wasn't feeling that way. I was very irritated about this franchise, man. I was over this franchise, truly. I was tired of seeing the same mistakes happening. I was tired of the same excuses. I'm not saying that I'm still not tired of it because that's all still trash. But boy, when you got a glimpse of a potential quarterback, I tell you, not only that, when you can potentially have that quarterback and you sitting on 2 first-round draft picks, along with the second rounders, third rounders, fourth, all the other picks that we stockpile and all that. You know how Andrew Berry like to do, or whoever would be the GM. I would keep Andrew Berry. I like the guy. I think he's made his mistakes absolutely. He's had his misses absolutely, but this past draft here tells me that when he's got draft picks, top picks, he can find players. And and then there was a lot of rumors in the mill that was saying Paul D. Podesta was meddling in a lot of those draft picks outside of this past draft. I don't know what was going on in other drafts, but I know he wasn't hitting on third round, second, any of those picks. He didn't have any first rounders and all that, so you can't really knock him for not getting those super top notch talent. But he wasn't hitting on really any picks. This year he hit on dang near every pick, and not every pick was a first or second rounder. People acting like he ain't hit on some third and fourth, like he hit on these picks. I like him, but anyway, I digress. The Browns right now, boy, you sitting on 2 first-round draft picks, and you got a potential guy that's your quarterback. He's shown me enough already. Unless he just crash and burn these last couple games, man. He's shown me enough already. Glimpses. He's shown me enough glimpses where I already see. Okay, he can do it potentially. Maybe he's not. Maybe he won't reach his ceiling, but he can have a high ceiling. Like I see it. I see glimpses of it. Imagine using the first 2 top picks on a 2 offensive linemen or a receiver and an offensive lineman. The free agents you bring in. Quinshawn Junkins is now another year older. He's now actually the full starter in the offseason. He's not worrying about the NFL combine or preparing for the draft or any of that. He's full season. I'm focused on quarterback. I know how we train. I know how the practices go. I know what to expect. He's going into it just focused on being a quarterback now in the NFL. Man, you can and the work ethic he has. Can you imagine the jump he can make in year 2? And like I said, it's about the Browns. It's not even specifically about Shedeur. Shedeur is the guy to me. I've seen, I've seen enough to where if you put some talent around this guy, he's nice. He's nice. He can be real good, I believe. Maybe in that year 2, Dylan Gabriel even makes a jump. Like people forgetting Dylan Gabriel rookie. I give him I'm not here to just completely forget about Dylan Gabriel. I almost fell out my chair. I ain't here to almost forget about. I'm not here to forget about Dylan Gabriel, man. In his second year, he can make a huge jump as well, a huge jump. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear it. I'm not a believer. I believe he's lost it. But at the end of the day, Deshaun Watson, he going to be on this roster next year. So I think there go your 3 quarterbacks right there. I wouldn't draft anybody in quarterback-wise in the first 3 rounds. I'm spending that all on skill position and just interior or player, like I guess interior linemen, tackles, whatever you want to say. Defensively, I wouldn't be spending it on much. Our defense is nice, man. Offensively, we got to get better. Depth wise, in terms of just having some talent and athletes on the field, we have to get better. We got to have more athletes. The fact that we are Larvadane, the only one out there that y'all just seem to be able to believe in and throw out there to return kicks is crazy. Nobody else can catch a ball and run fast with it. Come on, like we got to have more talent on this roster in terms of that. But you can't sit here and tell me if you put a top first-round pick receiver or 2 top-notch offensive linemen into this system, and you say, let's go out and get a free agent, speedy receiver, something like that, and let's see what Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel does in year 2. one full season under their belt. Let's have them compete along with Deshaun Watson, whatever. Had them compete. You sitting here telling me this Browns team can't compete next year? And now you can seriously evaluate your quarterback position because now you're going to have an offensive line to protect him. You're going to have talent around him to where it's no longer going to be an excuse of, oh, they can't protect this guy. Or, oh, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got nobody to throw to. No, ain't going to be an excuse no more. The evaluation will truly begin then. And now you done built something where now you can attract these guys to come here and want to play. Because right now, man, if Shedeur wasn't on this roster truly, let's say they spent that 5th-round draft pick on whatever they did, that probably would have got cut or something. If Shedeur wasn't on this roster right now and I was still watching Dylan Gabriel and what I would expect him to continuing to be still be doing, I don't know if I'd be watching games, truly. I'd be like, man, what's the point? We forget real quick that those games were hard to watch, man. Offense was nothing. We had no offense. It didn't even look functional. We weren't making any plays downfield. Quinshawn Junkins running was the only thing we had. Sampson wasn't. You starting to see flashes of Sampson, Dylan Sampson. Like these guys, you starting to see Judy. Judy starting to wake up and show up. Where he been at all season? Now all of a sudden you're starting to see his playmaking ability on multiple occasions. Even a play that he fumbled like a goofball. He was just trying to make a play, but at the end of the day, you got to be disciplined. But the guy's not locked in. He started getting locked in when Shedeur Sanders became the quarterback. I think he was locked in at the start with Flacco, and then he realized, oh man, Flacco ain't really got it. This system ain't really like we ain't gonna. This is trash. And guys like Jerry Jeudy, I ain't saying this right or wrong, whatever. Guys like Jerry Jeudy, man, they check out. I'm not making plays. I'm not getting the ball, and we losing. Yeah, I'm cool. I'm checked out. They not running their routes the same. They're not practicing the same. Now he dropping the ball because now he's not focused. It changes their whole makeup and who they are as a player. But once you start getting a guy in there that's able to make plays, get the ball downfield, give him opportunities, be a charismatic type of leader, man, guys like that feed off of that. They football players. Man. This is what I be trying to say. These guys are football players. These guys ain't trying to look for no PhD masters. They just want to play football. Listen, again, this ain't to bash Dylan Gabriel, but Dylan Gabriel's personality was just like a Stefanski. That don't rally guys. If you gonna have that type of personality, you better come out there and just be a dog on your play. You can't be that type of personality and you not making plays and you making mistakes and you think guys just gonna keep rallying behind you. But if you a Shedeur type of guy, even your mistakes are made with a swagger and a confidence that like, man, we behind you. Let's go. Where are you taking us, man? We believe in you. We got you. We see the pedigree. That kid Shedeur is different. It's not just because of his dad. I get all the hoopla. If that's why you don't like the kid, or that's why you didn't want him here, fine. I can understand that. I get it. That a circus does come, even though he hasn't brought really any of it on. I mean, he has because it's his personality and life he's living. He's allowing cameras to follow him. But when you hear him in the media, man, that's a stand-up young man. When you hear him talk about his teammates, he don't throw nobody under the bus. You know how many times he could have dogged Stefanski? Them reporters be throwing him Chris Paul, Trae Young alley-oops. He could have dogged Stefanski multiple times and blamed it on, oh, they asked me so. He could have done that multiple times. The guy's a leader, man. He's the type of guy that people want to follow, even if he's making his rookie mistakes. He's the type of guy that uplifts the people around him. When he walks in a room, the people around him behave differently, act differently, got a different type of mentality, a swagger, a confidence. I'm not saying Dylan Gabriel can't have that impact on a team because guys like that can succeed at quarterback as well. I'm not saying you got to be some charismatic type of guy, But man, when you can get people to just be behind you just based off of your personality and the way you approach the game, and then you add work ethic on top of that, it's not like I'm sitting here and just saying all this and the dude don't bust his butt. Man, that dude, every time the camera's showing him, it's something about football to be in the background or something. He always working on something. They always talking about he even with Stefanski, the fact that he was staying after before he was even a starter getting practice reps. He was staying after practice, before practice, working with Stefanski. Man, he's got the work ethic. He's showing now that he can also translate all that, put it together, and do it on the field. And that's in 3 starts. 3 starts. They just started practicing with him. They just started seeing how he looks full speed with Jerry Jeudy and David Njoku and all these type of guys. He's just now starting to get all the coaches' eyes on him. Let's figure out what's going on with him and let's coach him to the best of our ability. He's just now getting that starter attention. Dylan Gabriel was getting it since they announced him starter, whenever that was. Joe Flacco got traded and all that. Dylan Gabriel was getting even more attention all during training camp. When we were still hearing Shedeur's standing out, Shedeur's making plays, Shedeur's scoring a touchdown, Shedeur's moving the ball. We still weren't hearing that these guys were making plays. Dylan Gabriel was throwing interceptions left and right, incompletions. They were talking about how balls were going over people's heads in practice. Like, it's only so long, man. You can keep people down as just working. Just working. He was just working. Even then, he never spoke anything about anything. The man kept it kosher. Said all the right stuff. The goofiest, immature thing he did was the time he didn't say a word in the press conference or whatever. He just mouthed everything. That was silly, but he's also still a kid. Man, this kid, I'm telling y'all, if we invest in him and just put it not even invest in him, just invest in the team outside of quarterback. Build the best team you can outside of quarterback this offseason. And let's see what we can do next year with whoever wins in the offseason. Let's just have a competition. And I mean, unless Shedeur comes out and continues to just kill it like he's been doing for these last 4 games or however many games we got, if he just continues to progress and show that he can make plays downfield, then you announce him starter into the offseason until you see something otherwise over the offseason or something. But if it's close and Shedeur's just playing well enough and we losing these games and he's just playing decent but not, you know what I mean, great enough, fine. I still wouldn't draft a quarterback. I'd go into this offseason saying we about to roll with Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur, and Watson, whatever you gonna do. Hop on your good foot and we gonna just go into the offseason and see what we got. We gonna get some weapons here. Not just in the draft, but if we got to bring in speedy receivers, gadget guys, depth offensive linemen, whatever. We see we have a clear weakness on the interior or the offensive line in general, and our weapons on the offense, specifically our receivers, because our running back room is set up real good. You talk about junk, man. We set up good at the running back spot. Good young talent. Bring in a vet over the offseason if you want to. Man, I'm focused on receivers and offensive linemen. Then we can truly evaluate. But truly, to me, we set up in a good position, y'all. All I need to do is I want to see Shedeur continue to play well. I don't even care if it's in a loss. If we go into war and it's competitive and we competing with these teams, these last couple teams we play against, I'm happy. I'm happy. I wasn't seeing that all season. Not with a veteran, not with the rookie that's a computer Macintosh man. I wasn't seeing none of that. I'm seeing it. So I'm happy with that. I'll take that all day. Truly. I don't know how anybody can call themselves a Browns fan and you're not cheering for that. Come on, man. Come on. Do not draft. Listen. That Mendoza kid, I do think he can be good. And I'm sure there's going to be some quarterbacks that are going to come out of this draft that no one expects is going to turn out to be good. So even if Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel and Watson They turn out to not be franchise quarterbacks, and we got to find us a quarterback. Man, I'll take that over us going and trying get some talent, man. Because if you draft a quarterback, a Mendoza, whatever, and we go into the offseason with just a Mendoza, and let's say we draft an offensive lineman or something, because if we get a quarterback, you ain't gonna be getting a receiver and a top quality offense. Like, you're gonna have to pick and choose. And then we're gonna be saying the same thing. Oh, he's got to get some more protection. Oh, he got to get a weapon, man. It's gonna be another reason why we can't really evaluate him. We don't really know what this kid is. Nah, we like come on. Our defense is revving and ready to go. Myles Garrett, that father time is undefeated, man. He's not gonna be a beast forever. He gonna end up being a Joe Thomas real quick. Like, we got to start doing something. We got to start making moves. I was saying that years ago before Nick Chubb blew his knee out and we had the team we had. Like, these windows shut quick. And right now, Myles Garrett is on a tear. We get Emerson back next year, along with the kid we traded for, who's been playing like a beast. Haven't even missed Newsome. Ward's, man, we're set up well, and don't nobody even talk about JOK. Nobody even talks about JOK. Unfortunately, I hope he's healthy, but man, if that kid can be healthy enough to play football again at even a above average level, because he was at an elite level. He was about to hit, he was playing, he was at an all pro level the last time we saw him playing. If he can come back and even play at an above average level, can you imagine him and Swessinger? Let's talk, man. Swessinger. Y'all listen, y'all want to sit here and tell me Andrew Berry, y'all just want to get rid of him? I listen, he's made his mistakes. I'm keeping Barry. If it's my off season, I'm getting rid of Stefanski. Obviously, I would have been got rid of Stefanski and Ventrone if it was up to me. But I'm getting rid of Stefanski. I'm getting rid of Ventrone. And I'm going into the offseason looking for me a head coach. And if it's not a head coach that's offensive-minded, creative guy, bring in an offensive coordinator, whatever you got to do. But I'm getting rid of Stefanski. That, to me, that experiment is over. I'd keep Andrew Berry. Let's keep this going. He's got his system in here, because if you bring in another GM, it's going to be some good players that you like that's a part of this, that you're going to think a part of this core. And that new GM going to be getting rid of guys. You're going to be like, dang, why they get rid of him? That ain't his type of player. That's not the system he want to run, or whatever it may be. I say you keep Barry. Let's see what he can do. Paul DePodesta getting out of here, I think, was huge, man. I think that was one of the most, and that was a if you know type moves. Where if you really pay attention to you hear about Paul DePodesta, and man, his name, all for somebody who don't never be around, you don't never see him, you don't never hear him talk, you always hear about him. That tells me he was meddling and having some type of opinion or impact. I'm happy that guy's gone, truly. Even the fact that reports came out that he was meddling in drafts, that's enough for me. Where there's smoke, there's fire. To me, even being on the outside looking in, that looked that way. I wasn't a fan. So I'm happy he's out. I truly feel like, man, we set up good. And I think if for those of y'all who don't like Shedeur, I think y'all gonna be just having to change y'all taste buds or something. I don't, well, y'all opinion, whatever, because that dude, I don't think he's going nowhere, even from a business perspective. If I'm Jimmy Haslam, I'm wearing a Shedeur Sanders jersey every game day, cheering for Shedeur. You know how much money that man and attention he bringing to the Browns? You know how many Browns fans he's brought in and don't care nothing about the Browns? They just following the player. That's money. That's business. So from a Jimmy Haslam perspective, I'm cheering for Shedeur. From a coaching perspective, I will be cheering for whoever it seems to be the best player. And then from my perspective, that's clearly Shedeur on this roster. Clearly. I don't understand what people would have seen that makes them feel like Dylan Gabriel, at least right now, is better than Shedeur, which is crazy when all season, all I've been hearing is how Shedeur is not ready to play. As I'm sitting here watching Dylan Gabriel throw 14 yards over people's head. And then I got to hear, Shedeur, he's just not ready. He's not there yet. Which leads me to another theory. If Stefanski does stick around this season, I will know that they all this time were just incubating and just trying to protect Shedeur. If he sticks around, that's got to be the situation. Which already Stefanski's wasn't a Shedeur guy. That was an Andrew Berry pick, I believe. Stefanski had Gabriel. They gave him his quarterback he wanted first, and then Andrew Berry was like, "Man, listen, this kid that I believe in a little bit still here in the fifth round. Ain't no way I'm not gonna take him. I'm gonna take him. It might be a little awkward job, but I believe in this kid. I'm taking him, and I believe that's how it went down. But man, listen, if Stefanski sticks around, this had to all be kind of a part of a plan where Stefanski either came to him and finally was like, "Dang, y'all right. This kid is nice. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's actually I'm all for it now." He was just being petty before, being stubborn and not wanting to show love or to Shedeur or whatever. But if he sticks around, man, I think they were truly just protecting Shedeur and just working on him, knowing that he's not ready yet, but this really our guy. I think Andrew Berry and a lot of the Browns saw early on. Oh, this the guy here. Yeah, he not ready yet. He's making a lot of beginner mistakes. But once the beginner mistakes get coached out of his system, once he, gets some time to see the speed of the game, learn from the sideline, he'll be ready. I truly think it wasn't the plan for him to play this season. I think they wanted Dylan Gabriel to play well enough to lead into the offseason. Play the rest of the season after Joe Flacco, lead into the offseason, and then let's have Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur compete. I think they believed in Shedeur enough to where they were like, he's gonna have a big jump year too, because he's got a lot of little simple fundamental things to work on. That once he figures it out, he'll be ready. But right now he's not ready. Then I think going into next year, they were going to say, all right, Dylan Gabriel also be another year better, and we'll let those guys compete. And maybe if we really don't see it off season off after evaluating them, then maybe a quarterback will be on our radar. But I think they've seen enough. You can't tell me Shedeur can't be a competent quarterback. If you go get a top receiver in a draft and a top offensive lineman, or two top receivers or two top offensive line, I don't care what combination you want to do, as long as it's offensive lineman and receiver. Whatever you want to do in that combo, you can't tell me adding two of those top-notch pieces, core pieces to your roster, and you rolling out Shedeur another year better, a year prepared, or off-season prepared, off-season focus, the team rallying around him, his style, his type of offense, his type of plays that he runs, his timing with all of you, and we can contend or not contend. Hold on, relax. Not contend, but we can't compete, truly compete. I think that we can compete. And I think that's the way we should go into the offseason. Like I said, I'd get rid of Stefanski. He'd be gone. I know I probably said that 7,000 times. Y'all like, dang, we know, Mike. Where you would want Stefanski gotta go. He gotta go. But with that being said, man, we got the Bears coming up this weekend. I'm fine. I just want to compete. I'm fine with losing. That's a good team. That's a good team. And to be honest with you, y'all, right now, I'm in the factory of competing and showing, like, learning from our competition that, like, while we in games, how to play, how to stay in games, how to close games, how to learn those things, because it's going to take time, because we're going to have an even younger team next year. So these young guys this year is good for them to get that experience. I'm more concerned with them competing than necessarily just winning the game. That's if we win and it's a sloppy game, I don't want to see a sloppy trash game. I'd rather see a good competitive game and we just lose the game, but it's good and competitive. Both teams playing well. That's a good team we about to play. Their defense not that great, but that's a good offense. So that'll be a good matchup. Hopefully our defense can redeem themselves, which I truly believe they will, because that's the way they go. Jim Schwartz, if they get punched in the mouth, they come back next week. And they'll be facing a team that they know is good. So they'll be rallied. That Tennessee team, that was what was called a trap game for our defense. And Jim Schwartz let us just run right into the trap over and over. We just kept doing it. But man, should be a good game. I truly think it'll be competitive. I really do. I think we'll see some more good things from Shedeur. But all in all, I do think the Bears will come out winning that game just because our special teams is trash, y'all. It's our special teams is trash. Other than the kicker, um, everything else about our special team is trash. Our return game, our return defense is not trustworthy. And those type of plays, man, them big plays, they make an impact. And the Bears are a well coached team by a first year head coach. Don't let people tell y'all these new young head coaches can't come out hit the ground running. The Bears weren't all that last year. Now they nice. They're nice. But let me get off of here, y'all, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for checking me out, man. Please like and subscribe if y'all haven't already. God bless y'all. Take care of yourselves and peace.